Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video this morning. I hope that you guys are doing really wonderful, and so I'm here with the latest in terms of what is going on right now across the Atlantic, with focus being on the Caribbean and surrounding areas. I will be looking at those tropical waves as well as the rainfall expected throughout today, and we'll also be looking at the latest in terms of the Saharan dust. And so guys, I also want to say thank you for all the comments expressing congratulations to me, because today is my graduation and I am the valedictorian. So thank you a lot for that. And also for that reason, I'm not entirely sure if I'll be able to post an update this evening. However, if I get the chance to, I certainly will. So before I go into details, please do subscribe if you haven't yet done so, and tap the bell so that you never miss an important update. Alright, and so let us go ahead and kickstart things looking at this surface chart here. Now, where we see these orange lines mark the axis of the tropical waves. So there are 4 tropical waves across the North Atlantic. There we see one about to make its way over into Central America. Another is about to enter the Caribbean, which is helping to induce all the activity across the Eastern Caribbean. There's another one out there well off the coast of Africa, and another that has recently emerged from the coast of Africa. So this one here is the main area of concern. It dumped a lot of rain across the Caribbean, and there's that other one that is a rainmaker for Central America as well. So let's go on to the satellite imagery here, and there we can see some activity off Africa, not seeing a whole lot in association with that other wave that is further from the coast. Looking in the Caribbean, the Eastern Caribbean, there's a lot of activity going on. It's looking pretty messy over there, and over in the Western Caribbean, we're not seeing a whole lot at the moment, but there certainly was a lot of rainfall yesterday. So now we're going to be zooming in to some areas, starting out with northern South America and parts of the Southern Caribbean. All right, so when we're seeing more of these colors, these dark reds, grays, and those white dots in the midst, that is where we have a lot of shower and thunderstorm activity taking place. And so this morning we can see here that there is some activity noted across northern Colombia, parts of Venezuela, and just in the vicinity of northern Guyana, seen mainly cloud cover, possibly with some rainfall across parts of Suriname and French Guiana. And so in Trinidad as well, there was some heavy rainfall this morning based on what I'm seeing here on satellites, which is dissipating as the morning progresses. So you can let me know in the comments if that is actually the case for your area, if you're in southern Trinidad. And for the ABC Islands, we can see that the islands are in the clear. And so I know that the islands have been very dry. However, it is unlikely that there will be a lot of rainfall, maybe a chance of seeing a bit of activity as we head through today, but that chance is low right now. So unfortunately for you guys, there isn't much going on, and much isn't expected as we head through today. Heading up into the Windward Islands now, go into Grenada, the Grenadines, St. Vincent. We're seeing that things are clearing up. Similar story for Barbados, St. Lucia, going up to Martinique, and let's take a closer look at the northeastern islands here. So here we can see that there is some activity in the area, not a whole lot, and all of this isn't concentrated either. As I said, it's pretty messy, so some areas are probably receiving some rainfall, maybe others just some overcast skies, and for others it might just be some beautiful sunshine out there today. So a lot of this activity is making its way in and will be clearing up for the Lesser Antilles. So there's a lower chance of rainfall for some areas compared to yesterday, and I will be going on to the rainfall maps very shortly. So some activity that was taking place across Puerto Rico and the Virgin Islands, but that is dissipating this morning. Not seeing much going on for St. Croix. And as I said, across most of these islands, there is some cloud cover. Anguilla, St. Martin, St. Barthélemy, Saba, St. Eustatia, Antigua, Barbuda, St. Kitts and Nevis, Montserrat, Guadeloupe, going down to Dominican Martinique. We're seeing that likely cloud cover at the most. Maybe some of you guys are experiencing some beautiful sunshine this morning, but nothing crazy is expected as we're going to be heading throughout today. And so now let's drift a bit more to the west, and here we can see that there is some thunderstorm activity developing just off Haiti, but not much going on further inland. Similar story for Jamaica, nothing much going on this morning. The Cayman Islands, maybe some overcast conditions. Going over into Central America, though, we see lots of activity. So again, that tropical wave is in the southwestern Caribbean. It is going to be making its way into across Central America and over into the Eastern Pacific, and we see a lot of that shower and thunderstorm activity mostly along the Pacific Pacific coast of the Central American territories. For most of the Bahamas, we're not seeing anything too crazy. There's some thunderstorm activity developing up there. So now let's go ahead and move on to those rainfall maps, and we're starting out with GFS. So throughout today, as we head throughout the day, we can see here that this map is colorful for some areas, and some of those more substantial rainfall totals are marked by those shades of yellows, oranges, and reds, and there is that key there. So as we head more to those other colors, as it becomes more colorful, that is a lot more rainfall that is expected. So we can see here that through today, GFS is forecasting that across the most northeasterly islands of the Caribbean, there is not going to be much rainfall, but there might be a pretty good chance of rain for parts of Guadeloupe southward to Grenada. That chance getting higher as we descend further into the Lesser Antilles. We see more rainfall expected for Trinidad and Tobago, and as you guys saw on these satellites earlier, there was some activity which likely contributed to that expected rainfall total. And then heading over into parts of Hispaniola as well as Puerto Rico, possibly for Vieques and Culebra, there might be some substantial rainfall as well. We see the map being very colorful for northern South America, so a lot of rainfall likely, especially as we head to the afternoon hours. A similar story over in Central America. There might be some rainfall across some sections of Jamaica and Cuba, also going up to the northwestern Bahamas and South Florida, but not everywhere will be receiving rainfall. And as I said, for the ABC Islands, there is that slight chance of rain as we're going to be heading throughout today. And is the Euro in agreement with this? For the most part, for Grenada, possibly the Grenadines, going to Trinidad, Tobago, for the Dominican Republic, parts of Puerto Rico, Vieques, Culebra, and extending outward. Most of that rainfall out there not affecting anywhere, but the rainfall expected is also quite substantial. Again, for northern South America, parts of Central America, not seeing a whole lot for Panama. And this is somewhat of a relief or an ease compared to several days ago when there was just so much persistent heavy rainfall within the area. Some areas might still receive some heavy rain heading to later today, but nothing too crazy is on the horizon. And so that is what the models are expecting in terms of the rain for today. Now let's go on to the Saharan dust map. What's going on with the dust out there? There we see it. And when we see more of those shades of oranges and reds, that indicates some of those denser areas of dry air, and dry air helps to suppress the development of shower and thunderstorm activity, which explains why there are no disturbances, nor is it expected that we're going to be seeing any tropical cyclone development, at least for the next couple of weeks. So I'm thinking that July will be quiet for the most part, but head into the latter part of the month, we might start to see things trying to kick up again across the Atlantic. But for now, I don't think that there is going to be any system developing for a while. But again, there's that trend with these tropical waves coming in and sustaining enough activity to bring a lot of rainfall. And I saw the comments from you guys even reporting some flooding in some areas. So even though we're not talking about tropical cyclones here, tropical waves can do just as much damage, and even sometimes even more damage compared to what some areas feel when tropical storms make their way by. So these major rainfall events are not to be underestimated. And of course, guys, as time goes by, I will continue to keep you posted on all that you should know. And so that is pretty much it for this update, and I hope that you found it to be quite informative. But if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments. I will respond as best and as soon as I can. And remember to always be weatherwise.